Breaking news, the Indianapolis Colts have granted All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor officially permission to request a trade. So does it make sense for the Bears to go ahead and trade for him? Let's talk about that. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, please subscribe to the channel, people. You will not regret it. That's the best way to support the channel. Please hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. So let's talk about this, all right? So this is breaking news, just came across right now, that the Colts are letting Jonathan Taylor test the trade market. Basically, they're saying, look, you've requested a trade, which Taylor has, and, we're willing to listen to offers. If it makes sense for us, we'll do it. And so go ahead and work with your agent and these other teams to find a viable trade partner. And if we like the compensation, then, we'll trade you. And so obviously talking about the Bears here, does it make sense for the Bears to go ahead and trade for Jonathan Taylor? So the first thing to talk about here is that, when the Jonathan Taylor trade request came out, I don't know, maybe a month ago, I came on and I said that, look, I don't think the Bears should look into this. I don't see him, leaving the Colts. I think the Colts and him will find an agreement. They'll pay him. It might not be exactly what he's looking for, but I think he's going to stay in Indianapolis Colts. So I'm a little surprised that they are actually granting him permission to seek a trade. All right, I will say that. But my stance has not changed much. And the reason I'm making this video also is I've seen a few media members talk about, the Bears as a potential destination. Now, it's not a lot, but it's still some. And to me, it still is not something where I'm like head over heels willing to do. Because Jonathan Taylor not only wants to get traded to a team, but he wants to go ahead and get paid by that team. And we all know paying the running back position, not really the smartest thing to do. I know it's bad for the running backs and they get kind of screwed out of it, but that's just a business and the nature of the business. And so to me, we've got serviceable running backs on this roster. I'm not saying we have any elite backs by any means, right? You've got Khalil Herbert, you've got Dante Foreman, and you've got Roschon Johnson. Well, let's take a look at that, right? Khalil Herbert is a very solid running back. He's not elite, but he's solid. Dante Foreman is as solid as they come, and for a backup, he's good enough. And then Roschon Johnson is the main reason I feel comfortable not going after Taylor, because to me, he's got the potential to be elite, to be very good. And so not only do you have two solid guys, but you also have a third running back who's got the potential to be elite. And so why would you trade for Taylor, who is better than all three of them, when you have a guy on a rookie contract who's not looking to get paid, who could be not as good, but who could be very good? And that's going to be enough to get the job done. Now, look, the Bears have the money for it, right? They can certainly pay Jonathan Taylor. But just because you have the money, does that mean you have to spend the money on anything? I don't believe so. And so that's where I'm just thinking, like, look, Taylor's going to want to get paid a lot. We have decent running backs. If we didn't have any, like if we had a terrible running back room with just dusty old veterans, who aren't productive, I would probably say, okay, I'm open to it because Taylor's still only 24 years old. It's not like he's 29, 30 and got a ton of miles on his body. But I'm still reluctant. And we haven't even talked about the price tag, right? We're talking about a trade, not just signing a player, right? If you're signing a player, you can just pay him and you're not losing anything besides money. But if you're trading for a player, that means you have to give up some capital here, and it's going to be draft capital. It's not going to be for players. It's going to be, what the Colts are requesting. And if it's anywhere near a first-round pick or a first-round pick, I'm not willing to do it. I'm just not. All right? So to me, we're still back at where I was when Taylor first requested a trade. I'm not, looking to trade for him. I think, if the Bears running game gets off to a terrible start and it's not working, and maybe Herbert's not the guy and Roschon Johnson's not the guy and neither is Dante Foreman, maybe we could look into it. But I think I'd pass for now if I'm Ryan Poles, even though he's a big name. That's where I'm at, people. Let me know what you guys think. Would you trade for Jonathan Taylor if you're Ryan Poles or not? Leave a comment down below as always.